Oh, I'm live. Hello. Hello. I'm not so faceless today. Good evening, everyone. I'm sorting myself out. Chris is not here with us today, but I'll be your host, your gracious, gracious host. And we'll see how this thing goes, if anyone decides to join. Detail. Just assembling my tools at the moment. Let's see. So I need base red, piston, need gold for the trim. Sounds good, Chris. We'll see you when you get here. All good. All good. What else do we need here? I'm doing the Storm Strike Chariot this evening. It's a commission piece. It'll be fun to paint, I think. I'm still not quite sure what I'm going to do with the paint scheme, but we'll see when we get there. I want to go a bit dark with my Griff Chargers, I think. Or maybe I'll just keep them nice and light tan, but we'll see. We'll see when we get there. Probably going to do all the armor first, and then we'll decide afterwards. Oh, hello. Wisebot. I'm assuming that's a bot. I'm not going to worry about that too much. Let's see. Oh, they don't got me sigils on this thing. Hey, Chris, do you want to hit me up with some tunes? Oh, Alejandro, welcome. Good evening. I am more face than usual, so feel free to enjoy or, run away and discuss, whichever. Well, holy sweet banana, Matt has a face. I do indeed. It's one of those mysteries of life. I occasionally have a face, and occasionally I let people see it too. It's quite unfortunate. I'm trying to work on that. If you guys donate enough money, I can get facial reconstruction, and then hopefully I can look somewhat presentable online. So, donations accepting now. It's not for Warhammer, just facial reconstruction. Man has to have priorities. Let's see. What we're doing with this thing. Need Rhine oxide for that. Okay. So we'll go basic. We'll go basic with this thing, I think. Although I do regret gluing the whole thing together. I think I should have left it as sub-assemblies. But we'll live and learn. All good. Okay, let's get started. Oh. Yeah. What are you working on today, Alejandro? Gene stealers? Some goats, perhaps? Oh, I believe it. With a name like Alejandro, I expect you to be fairly majestic. It's expected, I think. Chris, if you're listening, would you mind hitting me up with some, I don't know, lo-fi tunes? Something nice and chill, something to just paint steadily with. If you get this. Otherwise, we'll just go on without it. It's all good. Nice and chill on the stream today. Listen to the soothing rasping of my voice, I guess. We'll chat, talk about life, a bit about Warhammer as well, because why not while we're here? It's kind of weird doing this by myself. I don't think I've ever done this before. I mean, I talk to myself plenty enough, but not like this. The great one would be nice, although I think Wayne Gretzky's got that one nailed down. Just call me whatever you want. The faceful one, the sometime faceless one, the I'm sure you'll think of something. Just call me Matt. Matt will do. Matt will do just fine, I think. Yes. Goat Stealers. Ooh, exams. That's always fun. And by fun, I mean not. What kind of exams you doing? I'm preparing for an exam as well. I'm preparing for the Life in the UK exam. That's going very well. Basically, you have to learn a lot about strange and wonderful UK facts. Honestly, it feels like because what I'm learning or what I'm listening to right now in preparation for this exam is basically just a lot of trivia stuff about the UK, which is kind of weird. Though, from what I've seen of like the Canadian citizenship exam as well, very much a similar thing. They just ask you weird stuff that most people in the country wouldn't even know themselves. It's weird how they expect immigrants to know more about the country that they get into than the people that actually live there. But I digress. What exam are you preparing for?
Tell me about it, Matt.
Oh, hello. Oh,
No, just quickly interject. I'm setting you up with the music now.
oh,
But
thank you, please.
But yeah, the wife, she did the Life in the UK exam and all that stuff.
Oh, did
and
she?
vast
How'd she
majority of
find
the
it?
questions, she passed. She did all right. She lastminute.com and tell you she's last minute with everything. But dear Lord, honestly, when I was going through the questions with her, I was like, what? Who?
What the hell is that? Yeah, it's stuff like you wouldn't expect. You wouldn't expect to know this stuff.
No, not at all.
You might expect it to be asked in like, a pop quiz kind of thing. But that's about it.
Yeah. This is bizarre. Right. Let's set this up.
I don't really know why they feel like knowing or passing this exam gives you some sort of like, I don't know, right to be a citizen of any country. Or makes you a better citizen of that country, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Yeah. When did she take it?
Oh, probably 3 years ago, I'd say. Give or take. But yeah, it was a lot harder. I should say it's a lot harder now than it was when Joss Ansi, the wife's Ansi, had to do the exam. Where what do people in the UK celebrate on the 25th of December?
Oh, that's still a question. That's still a question on here, apparently. It's like, what the hell, really?
Honestly, it's like 10 questions, all like that, and that was it back then.
Yeah, well, it's
now
still
it's
part of the
William
exam.
the Conqueror and everything now, isn't it? And different.
Yeah,
currency.
they still have a lot. They have a lot of questions about history now, which is all right because I'm kind of a history person. I don't mind it, but yeah, they ask a lot of weird, inane questions. University college exam. Ooh. General culture. Sounds kind of interesting. So when you say university/college exam, is that to get into university/college, or do you mean like one that you're taking for university course?
Hey, Matt, can you hear the music? Yeah.
And that'll
Cool.
do fine. Thank you very much.
Awesome. I'll be back later. And
good.
Agent Agash is going to join as well in about half an hour, 40 minutes.
Sounds good. I will hold the fort till then.
Nice one.
I don't know about you guys, but painting's always been a nice chilling kind of thing for me. It's a nice way to relax after a day. Unless you've been to the gym. If you've been to the gym doing weights, I do not recommend painting or doing anything with fine detail. It doesn't work very well. Although Agent Nagash might be able to tell you a bit more of that. If anyone notices that I'm using a very chunky brush, it is a very beaten up brush. I'm just using it for base coating. It doesn't have to survive much. It just has to take beating. Slap the colors on. We can fix out the details later. Wow, that's some determination, I guess. Jeez. I'm surprised. Like, wouldn't like the, I don't know, whatever you call those border people, border patrol, border control police, whatever, those guys, wouldn't they stop them if they saw it? I imagine operating a handsaw isn't exactly a silent thing. Did they try to stop him, or did they just kind of go like, well, all right. Well done, well done. Come on over. I have mixed feelings about immigration policy and all that. It's a very difficult subject. All is going well. So Alejandro, tell me, have you been enjoying the campaign so far? I know the war herds have been taking a beating once in a while, but it's still been quite interesting, I think. I like your foreign policy. Works very, very well. That one's tough. We'll take him. Let's see. Alrighty then. Ooh, right. So it's about general culture, you said. What does that mean? Like, is now I'm going out on a limb. You might have said so before, but where are you from? From Spain? Spain? So what exactly do they test for? Is it like general history stuff, political stuff, or is it like kind of like the exam I'm going to do, just general knowledge? Yeah, no doubt. Chaos always has the rough life, getting outnumbered. The next time I do a campaign, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it less divided into the grand alliances. So it's not going to be a campaign of like order versus chaos, or chaos versus destruction, or death versus whatever. I'm going to see if I can make it a bit more neutral. So just so people don't have to, automatically align themselves one way or the other. Because I mean, it's very, very easy for like all the order people to say, "Hey, they're elves. We should help them out," and it just makes it a bit unbalanced. Because I think in general, there's probably going to be a bit more order players than others. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. But in general, that's what I feel. So next time I'm going to make it so it's maybe a bit more even somehow. At least I'll try. But yeah, chaos. I think your goats haven't been doing that bad, really. They've been hit hard a few times. That's expected, because the elves do have quite a few more supporters than you do. But at the same time, it's not been a complete wipeout. And with things being the way they are right now, who knows what will happen. I still have to tally up all the contributions people have put in so far, but it's going to be brutal, I think. There's been a lot of activity. Just a lot of different hobby bits people have been putting in. Be interesting to see how things pan out in the next turn. I look forward to it. Anyone that's watching that's not part of the campaign yet, and I say yet because I think you'll want to join, or I hope you want to join, hit up our Discord channel and pick a side. Alejandro's the faction leader, supposedly, for the goats, all the big players. And he's fighting the elves. I was going to say knife ears, but elves. The elves. He's fighting the elves. Oh, really? Oh, that's really cool. That'd be really cool. Yeah, well, that's quite the trek, isn't it? That's quite the journey to move from Peru to Spain. Let's see, oops, what am I missing here? Okay, that's all the reds, I think. Are you trying to get into a specific university, somewhere in Spain or somewhere else? Anyone that's wondering, I'm doing the little black linings for their under armor bits. Bits behind the knees, little booty bits behind the armor shoe things, the greaves, and the armpits. The fun bits of the Stormcast. Again, in hindsight, I really should have put this into sub-assemblies rather than make it into one whole piece. I don't know why I didn't. I usually have a bit more foresight than this. But, c'est la vie. Live and learn, live and learn. Not all is lost. Can still do most of this pretty well, I think. And again, you can always touch up on mistakes. It's not that bad. So is this exam for getting into the university, or is it to go emigrate to the country then? Hello, Aaron AC. I feel like that's a bot, but I could be wrong. Hey, Christopher. Well, welcome to the stream. I'm a bit more visible than usual today, so I hope you don't mind. We hope you're doing well as well. Alright, so... Interesting. We have a bit of a skirting on these guys. Yeah, we'll see what we do with that then. Probably cream color. Ooh, Chris is with us in spirit. What are you working on today, Chris? Ooh, 60 Skavens. Jesus. I hope you have contrast paint or something else. Speed paints, contrast paints, whatever. Something to help you move along. I just finished my 80 zombies recently, and if I didn't have contrast paints, I think I would have gone insane. Horde armies are something else. Let's see. Are they just clan rats, I imagine? Because that's usually what requires that many number. Yeah, it was quite a different experience for me because I mean I'm used to like painting up Stormcast or maybe like Chaos Warriors. So like usually not much more than a unit of say 5, maybe 10 at a stretch. So doing zombies, 80 zombies, was a bit of an experience for me. It wasn't bad, but like by the end of it, I was just kind of meh, just get it done. I think I probably could have put a lot more effort into some of them, and it probably shows. But I think at some point I just figured, well, there's going to be 80 of them on the table, or groups of 20 of them on the table. No one's going to notice that this one is missing, whatever. Doesn't have this detail painted in. So I just I gave it an effort, but I didn't really put that much effort into each and every zombie. I didn't feel like it was necessary. So there's a bit of freedom that you get with doing horde armies, I think, in the sense that you can get away with just doing, I suppose you could say bare minimum, or like just enough to get by, so you don't have to work on so many minute details. Whereas something like this, the Chariot guys, I would have to worry about getting the details, doing the buckles, doing the belts, painting them all in, getting it nice in every aspect. Whereas zombies, I was like, well, that guy's weapon doesn't have any paint on it. I'll just splatter some blood on, and that'll be good. you don't have that feeling that you have to complete everything 100%. Mind you, you could. It's just I didn't feel it was necessary. How do you feel about it, Christopher? Do you feel like you're going to have to paint in everything? Ooh, regular paints too. Jeez. That's as Alejandro said, that's something admirable. It's a lot of determination you have. Do you feel like you're going to paint in all the details, all the belts, all the weapons, all the straps, all the... I don't know what else is on the clan rats, really. Hoods, bits of cloth. Like, I was surprised at the amount of detail the zombies had, actually, because, initially I thought it was just going to be like, skin, cloth, hair, maybe a weapon or two, and that's about it. But they had quite a lot of things going on for them. Like, a few of them had, like, very different weapons, different hairstyles. They had the branches sticking out through them. Some of them had belts on. Some of them had other kind of, like, little details. I think, like, there's a certain set of legs that had, like, shoes and or slippers on for some reason. And they all had their own kind of quirky little detail. Again, I just kind of glossed over them for the most part. But I'm sure some people would take the time and kind of pick out the details one by one. I just wasn't going to do that. Plus, I wanted to get it done for the, what's it called, New Year, New Army thing. And I just barely got everything done. So I finished about, along with the 80 zombies, I had some 3 Vargeists, a set of Blood Knights, 5 of them. I had my Zombie Lord on Dragon finished, on Zombie Dragon, as well as a, what's that thing called? A Vengorian Lord, or a Laukavai, the new fancy, like, half monstrous vampire thing, half woman thing. That thing. Had that finished. So all in all, it was about 1,500 points or so. I did that in about a month, which is something I'm quite impressed with for myself. I usually don't get through that many points that quickly. Again, contrast paints help quite a lot. Ah, 3 basic colors. That's all you really need, really. That's enough for like a tournament. It's good enough for anything, really. What color palette are you using? It's going to be very earth tony, I suppose. I think that's quite common for a lot of the Skaven players. Ooh, wow. Really, every detail. That's impressive. I try to. I think I did initially when I started this hobby. I just had to do everything, all the detail, all the little bits, all the buckles and all that stuff, all the highlights, multiple layers, edge highlighting everything and doing everything. I think I burnt out pretty quickly with that, though. I just couldn't. I don't think I could do that, especially, well, depending on which army you're doing. I think perhaps if you're just doing like a very elite army with like a low model count, I think that's still a possible goal. But like to do that for, something like a horde army or something with just even, more general infantry, it gets a bit much. And despite the fact that I like my heavy cavalry lists, I find troubles staying focused on cavalry units. I just can't find the willpower to keep working on all the details that cavalry will have. Like, for example, my Chaos Knights, there's a lot of stuff going on for those things. A lot of trim, like, because chaos, why not? And the amount of time and effort and that you'd have to sink in to get all those details done, it just didn't seem like it'd be worth it for, a simple unit of 5. But I suppose, like, go for it if you can. If you got that, again, that determination and willpower, more power to you. Let's see. Yeah, I've seen things like people doing like a whole army with non-metallic metal, and I'm like, oof, I can't even do one. Like, I've tried doing non-metallic metal. I've told it was kind of dumb, but I started with trying to do non-metallic black, which was supposedly very difficult, and it turned out all right. But doing just that was quite time intensive, and unfortunately, I'm at an age where I don't have all that much time to sink into hobbies. So Christopher definitely tones with some red and yellows. Still not working on Skinnifer. Still not sure working on Skinnifers for now. Okay, fair enough. Are you using like generic kind of brownish tones for the skin? Brownish, blackish, I guess. I've seen some weird rats, like some weird Skaven color schemes where they go like green fur or like blondish kind of fur, I guess, which is kind of cool. Nice little variety. But like the vast majority I see usually is just black and brown, I suppose. Makes it nice and simple. Okay. Okay, let's get a bit more on here. So Alejandro, I'm not a great painter and I usually use base colors and layers, minimal highlights. I don't know, like even just doing a basic layer is usually enough to make it look quite nice. I think it depends on the model too, because some models, if you just do base layers, it's enough to make it look nice. Like the model itself just stands on its own. It's such a nice model that, slapping on some basic colors on there and it looks good just as is. And maybe it's because of the shapes, maybe because of the texture or whatever else, but whatever it is, sometimes just having base colors is enough. And adding just a layer, a single layer of highlights anywhere or layer paints is enough to make it nice looking. That's all you need. And, washes, Null Oil is just our cheat code for anything, really, isn't it? Agrax, Null Oil, all that stuff. All good. Although I've kind of gotten away from some. Yeah, I've kind of stepped away from it a little bit for some of my minis. Like, I don't think I've used any for my zombies, though most of it was contrast. The Necromancer I've done recently, I don't think I've used any washes either. And even on like some of the parts where you'd expect some washes. I think I'm stepping away from like things where I would normally do like lots of layers anyways. So like things like cloth or hair. If I'm going to be spending, a fair amount of time on it, just doing lots of layers, then there's no real point in me using shade to dampen it all down. So yeah, it depends on which part and which model, I suppose. But it's kind of nice to stepping away from using shades all the time, I think. If you ever watch Squidmar on YouTube, I think in one of his videos he kind of talked about how he improved his painting techniques, and one of the things was stepping away from shades, because shades are very good in the sense that they can speed up the process of adding depth, but at the same time you also are spending a lot more time trying to regain that color back afterwards. So, a bit of a trade-off, I suppose. Depends on how you look at it. Because, like, if you have a nice base color already and you're quite happy with it, and then you throw a wash over it, you kind of lose that base color that you had, and then you have to reapply layers and highlights and whatever to get it back to where you want it to be. So, you know, depends on the situation. Can be helpful, can be meh. Just like everything, I suppose. I can't pronounce that word. I have no idea. Katachan, the jungle thing. Brown highlight with Reaver flesh and Night Quester flesh. Oh, I thought Night Quester flesh isn't that a contrast paint? I could be wrong, or it could be one of the new flesh colors, or maybe it's just a different brand. I have no idea. Speaking of brands, what brand of paints do you guys stick with? Up until this point, I think I've only used GW paints. Oh wait, no, I lie. I've had 1 or 2 pots of Tamiya paints I had them for a specific reason. I don't remember now. I think it was for metallics of some sort. And I think I've also used, I want to say Vallejo as a, what was it? As a medium, as a mixing medium of some sorts. Just because it was cheaper than the Lamian medium. But aside from that, most colors I have are all GW. What do you guys use and why? Ooh, okay, so it's a new layer color. I didn't know that. I might have to look into it. I kind of enjoy painting flesh colors nowadays. It's quite nice. It's a nice little it's something nice to spend time on, because if you do it right, if you do it well, they do look very, very nice. Just having like a nice skin tone. Hey, Sita. How you doing? Ooh, you were very late if you're thinking it's Wednesday. You have to catch up really quick because you missed a whole day. What you working on today, Sita? What legendary member of Rodriguez is joining the painting palette? Okay, I think I've reached a point where I have to take these guys off this base. Safety first. Cover up the paint. saw your what are they called? Kurnoth Hunters today. They were very nice looking. Did you meet? Is there a story reason or a lore reason why they look like three different kind of styles to them? Oh, that's all right. Just hang out. That's all you need to do. Sometimes it's good to just take a break. Sometimes just veg out and watch people paint on YouTube tutorials and say, "Oh wow, that's cool. I'll do that next time, maybe." Rambo rods. Rambo rods. Welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen your name here before, so welcome. Using pro acrylic, you should check out the white, but anyways, any white is probably better than the GW one. GW white is just absolute terrible, especially the base one. What is it called? What is it called? Corax white. My God, it's like painting with chalk. Yeah, pro acrylic. I think I've heard of that brand before. Not had any experience with it. Why is their white so good, do you think? I heard of Vallejo's, what was it, titanium white? Something like that. And that one's a very good one, I hear. I feel like I want to pick one of those up at some point or another. But yeah, GW white, if you haven't tried, please just stay away from it. Not a good experience, in my opinion. Your mileage may vary, though, of course. So if you do enjoy GW's white, Corax white, well, I don't know. Don't know what to say. I could say you're wrong, but, whatever. C'est la vie. What you want, whatever you do, as long as you're happy with it. I just don't really like it, in my opinion. But Pro Acryl, I'll have to give that a shot, maybe in the future. Is that the one that comes in dropper bottles? Or I'm thinking of AK, maybe. See that? Oh, okay, cool. I mean, they look really nice. It's kind of cool because you kind of have like what I thought was kind of like seasonal themes in a sense. And you're right. Trees have different kind of variations in their bark and in their branches and their leaves and whatnot. So it makes sense if they don't have exactly the same colors.
I agree.
Oh,
100%.
hello. Someone's back.
Out of nowhere.
Hello.
Strike like lightning, I tell you.
That's
my
shtick.
lightning impression.
You don't play Stormcast. That's me.
Oh, man almighty. How's it going? How is it going?
I've scared away a lot of people. We
That's
had
good.
like 100 viewers at some point when you showed up briefly, but scared them off.
Oh man, we got some cool folks in chat. See, so you got Cedar, Rambo, Christopher, and Alejandro as well. I'm just reading people who've
Dropper
chatted in
twist
the
bottle. It's the
comments.
best white I've ever used. Okay, cool. I'll have to give that a shot, or I'll have to take a look into it. Although I don't paint with white all that often, so it's still a nice color to have, though, just so you can mix it in with others and just get a lighter color sometimes. So I'll give it a shot sometime. Thank you for the suggestion.
Yeah, white's one of those paints that you try to stay away from. Ideally, if you or if you do it, then you got to do multiple layers, right?
Yeah, like
very thin coats,
like 5+ layers to get anything nice, even like remotely smooth color, or just
exactly.
airbrush it. Airbrush, or maybe just rattle can, whatever, and that can get you a smooth cut color. Otherwise, white is just difficult. It's just a hassle.
Christopher, totally agree and correct white. Every time I get on it, all lumpy, but I had a few drops in my airbrush thinner and it goes smoother. Okay.
Good suggestion. Hadn't thought about that. Mind you, I don't have an airbrush, so don't have an airbrush thinner. But
no, true. I use the technical Lamian medium to thin my correct white if I need to. Does the job. Does it right. Hello. So Matt, what are you working on? Well, I think I actually caught it right at the beginning. It's a Chariot, isn't it? Is that the commission?
Chariot. Yeah, it's just a commission piece.
Yeah, nice.
But maybe I'll use it at some point before I send it off. See how much you enjoy it.
No, thanks. In fact, how is it? Like in game, is it okay or?
I don't know. I've not used it before. I've heard it's quite decent though.
Well, stat wise, at least.
I think stat wise, and from what people have said on like forums, that it is quite decent.
Okay.
And it's kind of a weird one because it doesn't really fit one like particular role. It's a fast one. It's a fast moving model, but it also does quite well in melee, or like on the charge at least, because it does like kind of like your ogres where they charge and it does damage.
Yeah.
It does that kind of thing.
Impact damage kind of thing.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. So like charge into people, it does a bit of damage, and then you run away and do it again. So kind of hit and run kind of stuff, which sounds cool, but does it really work that well? I don't know. Depends.
I'm just painting Loki at the moment.
Ooh.
Which is it's getting the golds and the black down and onto the greens next, which should be fun.
Cool.
Finished painting Miles Morales, and then going through the well, as you know, I've been going through the Marvel United stuff, which is always fun.
Yeah.
I've still got my eels to paint as well, but as I said, I'll wait till the book comes out. But again, it's just like
you seem disappointed with the. You seem disappointed with the book.
Yeah.
So far, at least.
Yeah, that's it. I'm waiting till the book comes out, of course. But so far, it's just one of those things where it's either like the biggest thing. Like Turtle Battle Line, Leviathan Battle Line. Oh wow, buy more monsters. There you go, take them. Oh,
they're really pushing it just because this whole like we're fighting in the realm of beasts.
No, I get it. Honestly, Matt, I fully get what they're doing, but I'm just like,
doesn't make any more fun.
I like an equal balance throughout my army. I don't want to be like, oh, here's all my eels, or here's all my sharks, or here's turtles.
It's because we don't play tournaments or play very competitively.
No, not at all. That's it. All about.
Because otherwise I'd be stacking up with 6 dragons, and that's my list.
True.
Yeah, it's not very fun though. I don't think. I like having a bit of variety because it makes the games a bit more interesting. Because if you're gonna, the thing I like about Stormcast the most is because there's so much variety. You can do different styles, different play methods, using different units every time. You have a lot of options. Different ways of doing things.
Heroes. So many.
Lots of different heroes to choose from, lots of different units to choose from. You have battle line. Every role has multiple options you could choose from. And they potentially can all work relatively well. Depending on the situation, of course. but they all have their role. They all have their strengths and weaknesses, and that's what keeps it interesting. Because otherwise, if you have a list of 2,000 and it's optimized for everything already, you don't really need to change it for anything. You don't have the option to change it for anything. Then it just kind of gets stale, in my mind at least, because you're always just going to be playing with that list over and over and over again. And even if you might win 80% of the time, it gets dull at some point, I would imagine. Again, I'm not a competitive player, so I don't know. Some people just like the thrill of winning, I guess, and that's cool. But I just like having a bit of variety.
Yeah, I was going to say, for like the variety thing, I don't mind, obviously, the variety whatsoever. It's just, I don't know. The IDK list isn't exactly enormous, and I just don't like the fact of just playing the same old stuff. I like just having a wide variety of units, using them for different purposes and all that. But I don't know. As you know full well, that's what I was trying to say. That I've not even used my Ideneth yet in Age of Sigmar. I've used them in Warcry, but not in Age of Sigmar. So.
But I mean, they do have a fairly... I mean, it's not a huge range. It's not Stormcast or it's not Lumineth range wide, but like it's still a fair amount. You have 2, 3 different kind of battle line, I think, or infantry.
Well, we've got Thralls and Reavers, so they're the 2 infantry.
Is that it? I thought there was a third option. I could be wrong.
No.
Okay.
And they only can be equipped one way as well.
I suppose so. And you got eels. They can be equipped 2 different ways.
2 ways. Yeah, 2 different ways. Yeah.
Okay. And then you got the sharks, and you have turtles. And you have a fair amount of different heroes, I think, right?
Yeah, it's just again the usefulness of some of them. It's like the Thrall, the guy with the fishing rod to gather the souls.
Which one? I feel like there's a bunch of fishing rod guys.
Yeah, no, it's the guy with the little light on the end of the
right.
Kind of thing.
He looks cool.
You can tell I play Ideneth, right? The guy with the light on the end of the stick. So that hero, they've got quite a few heroes. I'll give you that. But again, he's good for thralls, but not amazing.
Oh, does he return models or something? I think, right?
Yeah, D3, something like that. So it's not like it's mind blowing or like, oh, I got to take it or anything like that.
Yeah, still something.
No, it is, of course, and we just have to. But that's the thing. Though, if you go thrall heavy, then it becomes obviously more and more useful because there is a certain faction that is quite thrall heavy. But, see the variety. You say, have you considered a Age of Sigmar army?
Oh yeah, you got lots of choices with City of Sigmar. I want to, but at the same time, I want them to. I'm really hoping that at some point, that they'll get new models for the Cities of Sigmar.
Ditto.
Like for the free guilds, for the dwarves, for the elves, basically all of them. They just need newer models. Like, nothing against them. I just prefer them to look nicer, I guess, in my mind. Like, I'm not about the fluffy pantaloons and all that stuff. It just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, that's for me. That's just nostalgia. That's why I like those. But...
Exactly, and I get that, but I don't have that nostalgia.
No, exactly. Exactly.
To each their own. To each their own.
But no, I would get cities if they made them a lot more law friendly in a sense of like having a mixture of elves, dwarves, humans in the same units, that kind of thing. I think that'd be really cool. And yeah, it's made them a bit more viable. Where now they're probably still, I might be talking out my ass here, but I mean, I think they're probably still very much viable and good and all that stuff, but they just don't do it for me. They seem too disjointed, too mismatched, not cohesive whatsoever in units, and they're just like, it is literally what they've done is, here's all the old models, bang. So just,
it feels that way, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's why it's put me off it, to be honest, because I like the idea of it, but
fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't know, at some point, because I mean, like they made a big deal out of the what's it called, the Dawnbringer Crusades, whatever it's called.
Yeah, Crusades, yeah.
And with that in mind, I assume, or I hope, that they're going to do something with the Age of Sigmar faction. But I did do them separate. Neat. Didn't realize.
No, I do hope that they do that as well with the Crusade, because that'll be absolutely sweet. You'll be quite excited for that. In all honesty, as well, a lot of the armies that like KO I got quite early on, and I got them because I like dwarfs. I really like dwarfs, but they don't do it for me. As
Are
in,
you
like,
Jono?
What? Hey, I'm older than Jono, and I like dwarfs before Jono even heard of them.
You were into dwarves before they were even cool, right? Gotcha.
Oh yes, very much. I tell you.
What is your deal with dwarves? The both of you. I don't get it.
Well, I can't speak for Jono. I can try, but I think for me personally, I just love the stubbornness, like the stout in terms of being like just like solid like mountains and being brave, charging into anything. Who cares? Just like, and also depending on the dwarf. But I love the fact that the armor is so thick, and then it makes them just look like mini tanks. I just love that.
Chris likes them thick. I get it.
Yeah, boy.
Thick with 3 C's. That's extra thick.
And hairy, don't forget that. Love the beards and all that stuff. Yeah,
love the beards. Thick beards.
To be honest, that's what does it for me. I just love the whole character around it, but that stems from like Tolkien, Lord of the Rings, and then it's and then obviously Warhammer picked that up and replicated that to an extent. And
just about everyone did. Everyone that's involved with anything fantasy.
Yeah, but it's then with KO, they've gone obviously off the rails, but that's Age of Sigmar. Age of Sigmar is off the rails fantasy.
I bet, yeah.
But again, I think they just. I like the idea to an extent, but I think one thing that drove me insane about the KO is just the flight stands as well. It really tips me off beyond belief. It's
not the first time that you've mentioned this.
It won't be the last either until I sell them. Then that'll be it. Then.
Did you sell them? Did you end up selling them?
No, yet. No. I've not listed them yet.
Still thinking about it, or just not selling them yet?
I'm just getting around to it, to be honest. Because they're bringing out a new dwarf kind of battle tome, as far as I know, which might be similar to the
Fireslayer's one.
Well, the Fireslayer one, but then I think again this was rumored, so it might be utter nonsense. That they were thinking.
I don't know. I think with the fact that they're coming out with the Fireslayer's one, I think that kind of kills off kills off the whole idea of having a combined dwarven one.
And that kind of solves the problem for me then. So I think I would look to get rid of them because, they just don't do it for me. Same with Skaven. I got them, painted them all up, all that stuff. But yeah, it's like my Nighthaunt, Matt. I've not had a game with those since
you blew up the mountain.
Since I blew in Chapter 1.
Yeah, Chapter 1. Blew up the mountain. That's what they did. And now they're just stewing over there on the western side of the continent, or the western side of the map.
Oh, north. They're in the north and west. Yeah.
Just hanging out.
Yeah. Well, that's it. So that's me. I've not used them since then. And it's been since Mikhail, since blasted the Khorne guys.
Yeah, blew the corn guys off the table. So, not going to miss your KO guys. Not gonna miss your KO, guys.
No. Yeah,
Corn guys are still licking their wounds.
That's it. I mean, I like it's annoying as hell because I mean, it's two parts. Another part is I want the ironclad because it looks so damn good and it's a beast. Artillery, everything's unloading. But then,
yeah, no, it's all right. You just sell your army. I'm okay with that.
But again, with that though, I'm just thinking that's going to be an absolute pain in the backside to. Well, paint is going to be a project in itself. It's going to be a beast. But not just that, it's also like the flight stand and everything else. I've already suffering with the frigates or the frigate and the gun haulers. Imagine an ironclad.
Yeah, not my thing.
So, and I've also read, because obviously I like the lore and all that stuff. So I read the narrative. I read one of the books, and it was all right. It tried to sell you a bit more in the actual how they go about things and stuff, but yeah, to be honest, I think I'm more of a. It's just not my type of dwarf, should I say?
Yeah,
they don't belong in the mountains.
Early rather than kind of greedy and high, I guess.
Yeah. But who knows? I mean, I might just need to play them again, and they may just light another fire underneath me to use them.
Yeah. Whatever. I mean, I'd say give your other stuff a shot first and see which ones call out to you. I mean,
exactly. Yeah.
You've played your ogres a few times now, and you seem to enjoy that pretty all right.
The reason why as well.
That's all right, and you enjoy that. You should probably give your Itineth a bit of a try just to see how that goes.
Will do, of course, yeah. Because
if you end up playing them and then you find out, oh, I don't like this playstyle at all, then probably I want to unload that.
Yeah,
it's a good idea to just try them out. That's it, at least.
That's it, because I've got so many armies that I don't want to then have to. I still want to keep them here for the sake of it.
Stop bragging, Mr. Moneybags. You got so many armies.
So many armies, all painted. No, not at all. Well, I do. I do have a load of armies and painted, but again, they're just wasting space. So I've got more stuff I want to put on my shelves and other stuff. So I'm just looking now at my Night Haunt. What I got.
I don't know. Bring your Night Haunt out. Take him out for a spin.
Yeah, I think I might do next. Our next battle, I might take them out.
Sounds good.
Because
I might take my zombie horde out for a spin. See how that goes.
Ooh, death against death.
Yeah,
that might be interesting.
We'll see.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I might try, because the converted Lord I've got as well.
Oh, yeah, you haven't actually used him yet, have you?
Have I? So.
Converted him. Okay, he looks nice. And shelved.
Pretty much.
Did you also have a Lady Olinder made out as well?
No.
I thought you did. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I was going to get Lady Olinda, but then I kind of pulled away from that.
Shiny new stuff.
Just because, again, when would I use her? When, the model's awesome, but I've got so many other things I'm buying at the moment that I don't need to buy more. Then, I've already got a load of grey stuff sat in the back, so no point.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's the whole point of playing them out a few more times.
Yeah, exactly.
You only ever really played them out just a handful of times. So if you play it out a few more times, you might enjoy the Night Haunt a bit more, might like their playstyle a bit more, and
Well, I think
you might want to invest more into it.
Yeah, I think I did enjoy the Night Haunt to an extent. I remember because we had, what was it, about 4 games in a row? Or 3 games
Simple
in a row
like
with
that,
Night Haunt. What else? So, yeah, Idoneth, Sylvaneth, Night Haunt, KO. And so they're the ogres. So they're the armies that I have so far because they've sold me Skaven. I've got Stormcast that I've just been sprayed grey, sprayed black, and I've got some that I've just not even assembled from Soul Wars.
Oh, that's a while back.
Yeah, and then I've also got my dwarfs too. Oh no!
Oh, like your old fantasy dwarves, you mean?
Yeah, old fantasy dwarfs. Yeah, so I was like, ooh, I might jazz up those guys and start painting them. And we've got an intruder risen from the ashes.
Hello, how are we doing?
How's it going?
Oh, Bone Daddy.
Yes, me indeed. I am actually wearing a vest with my logo on it, but it turns out because I went for the cheap option, the logo is very down the bottom, so you won't be able to see any of that. But here.
It's way down at the
how are we
bottom. I
all?
really need to see it.
It's like, to be honest, it's a pay-per-view on that situation. I'll send you the
only.
details of the OnlyFans. It's very reasonable. Comes with its own fart in a jar, so you know what more do you need?
Ooh, I'm gonna need some tissues. Is what I'm gonna need.
Yeah, too right. Not enough in the world. Anyway, I'm not painting tonight, so I won't be talking about that. I am painting a. What do we recommend painting? Right, everyone guess.
Squig.
Squig. Right, not far off. Wrong. We're not far off.
Right, that was brutal, wasn't it? Wrong.
Yeah, I'm here now. This is how it works. You missed me. Right. What are we thinking?
Glutos is the fat.
No, I'm going to say troll.
Not made of money. What was
one of those trolls things?
Troll.
Boom.
There we go. So I finally, I say finally, this video is not going to come out for about 2 weeks, but finally got around to doing another painting video about Greensway Gits, and this is a Troggoth. Now, it's because basically I'm away tomorrow and then I'm back next weekend, so I won't get this painted tonight and edited, recorded, all that sort of thing, but it will go up at some point. And the people did vote for a white one. So what I thought I'd do is I thought I would make it white and then red scales. Turns out there's a hell of a lot of scales in this thing, and it's definitely turning more red than white. But you know, the rock's white, and I think that's pretty much as good as it's going to get. And that should stay the same. I'll layer up the skin so it will be more white, but it's inevitable. I was going to say something political. It's very on top of the moment, but I won't. But all I'm going to say, like someone else, in the world, did initially, well, we probably did initially plan. Anyway, they initially planned for it to turn out so red, but it did. So that is that. And I have to say, fantastic model. The only problem is, I bought these secondhand because it was a really good price. Won't deny that at all. And the person who built this, he got the rock with a little worm. You might be able to see there. There's a little worm at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
But he didn't put the head on with the bird's nest, the bird trying to eat the worm, which I think is, to be honest, a crime against humanity.
Well,
now I've got a troll with a bird's nest on it, with a bird reaching out to get what in air. Is it going to starve? It's going to die. And it's an endangered species. So. Bad times.
That's why we bring you on here for, Age and Gosh, just to talk crap.
Just talk crap. Well, to be fair, I haven't even got my stuff set up yet to be painting, so I probably won't get anything painted tonight. But I thought, I'll show my face. It's a Thursday, isn't it?
You about the price of your merch.
What's that?
Oh, no, he left. Sita in the chat for YouTube. He's asking about your merch. How much?
What are we after? So signed photos, not a standard price. Depends on the photo, obviously. It depends what you want the signature to be written in. Obviously, big Slanesh fan here, but yes.
Oh my god!
Look, it's.
Oh my goodness!
The biggest thing to say is that it takes a while, but it's worth the wait. I often have to say that a bit too much, and then a lot of the time disappoint anyway. And it's like, well, you can't win in that situation, can you? You can't bloody win, and especially when you've told them you're into modelling, and then they go, "What the hell is a squig?" It's like, I mean, firstly, that's a red flag, and then secondly, when you explain it's a type of mushroom, it's another red. It's not nice. What are we? How much for the merch? To be honest, there was actually someone. I don't think it was you, Sid. I think it's someone else. It was actually generally after a T-shirt of mine, and they wanted me to give them the details and ask them to join my Discord. And they didn't. But if they, listen to this, join the Discord, and I'll give you the details. Merch. I haven't actually got a merch store set up because I know how it works. You still have a merch store. You sell it's like a pyramid scheme. Once you've sold to your family and friends, really, there's nothing left, and a lot of that is out of pity. Especially well, I only do get the discounts if I get 100 T-shirts printed. So if there's enough demand for merch, I'll do it. But I feel very guilty about all that sort of thing because I haven't been able to make really videos lately. Like I'm probably shouldn't be on this. I should be making
just stick with OnlyFans. Just stick with OnlyFans.
It's the OnlyFans is just very, very profitable. I mean, it's actually came up quite a lot in conversation. Not about myself, but about OnlyFans as a subject. And this week, and a lot of people say a lot of stuff about OnlyFans. Going, you can't believe the stuff to do on there. I mean, like, well, if you got paid that much to do this and that, I mean, I think you'd be lying if you said you wouldn't do it. So, fair play for them. Fair bloody play. I mean, we've been through this. I've tried to do an OnlyFans. Wasn't allowed. That's actually generally a true story.
Wasn't allowed.
Driving license is apparently fake. So unless it's an incredibly good one and DVLA made a bit of money out of me, I don't know. But apparently that's fake. I said that my chest, I reckon, has a bit too much hair on it. A bit of insight detail there. They said they like the piercings, but the chest hair just it's a very niche category on their website, which they're not looking to expand. I know.
They're lost.
I call discrimination, and I did whack out the dyslexia card as well because always going to play that. Never know, might get you somewhere. Was that full park once? Maybe skip the queues. So, I think I can't read time. I don't understand the concept like dogs. So, I need
eternal. So
explains why you're late, though, right?
I would like to say for this, I mean, I did give you about a time of half an hour, which gives me anywhere between half an hour to 3 hours. But I haven't been on the Discord for the. It's always someone says, "Give me 5 minutes." They mean 20. I haven't been on the Discord on the PC for God knows how long. So when I clicked on it, firstly it took about 5 minutes for anything to load, and then when it did load, it said, "Updating 1 of 25 updates." And I was like, "What? How is there 25? Surely you can just collect them all into one at that point."
You'd think so.
Yeah, it's like I think when we all played Vermintide one time, and I was like, "Yeah, let's all play Vermintide, it'd be great." And I played it for a few months. I might go, "Oh my god, there's a huge update." I was like, "Guys, there's an update. Just give me a bit of heads up." And I think everyone was like, "Yeah, we saw that, so we've all updated it just so we're ready." I'm like, great. Well, I'm the one who's late, but that's fine. I just talk, and before you know, it's been 20 minutes. So there we are. Also, on the subject of Warhammer, I've got a PB in the gym today, which I think we're all happy with. So, I'm not. Believe it or not, I'm not the host, so am I right to talk about this? I'm going to talk about it anyway. So,
in the gym? Talk, mate. You just do. Dave, yes, we were not going to be on, but then Matt managed to solo host for the first hour, and then I joined, and then
that's what I do.
And then I'm here. Yeah, literally crashed. Not delicately. Like for example, when I was going to the gym today, I was getting a lift with a mate. I put my bag in the boot of his car. I've got this habit where I'm used to working in vans, so I just slammed the boot really, really hard in his BMW, which he's just replaced the spring for the boot, which cost £300. And so it's just slammed the boot. And I got in the car, like, "Oh mate, I'm so sorry. I'm just used to being in vans a week," and it's like, "It's all right, just don't do it again." When he dropped me off, I did it again. I just walked past. I'm so sorry. So sorry. It's been the spring thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was, yeah. Well, I mean, it's not my car, is it? So you always have that argument. To be fair. be fair, I'm going to drive him to Nottingham tomorrow. I'm giving him a lift, so God knows what he's going to do to my daughter.
Oh.
But what I was going to say, could have made that sexual, but chosen not to. So I just want to get that out there. And going to Nottingham because going to British Strongest Man on Saturday. But while I'm up there tomorrow in Nottingham, because Brother lives in Nottingham, Strongman in Sheffield, not too far. And when I'm in Nottingham tomorrow, I'm going to try and find out how to pop to Warhammer World because I haven't been there for probably about 3 years. So
Nice.
that'd be good. I'll probably pay 10 quid to go around the exhibit hall and only have 5 minutes to do it, but has to be done. Just annoyed that Mr. Cavill could not have postponed his trip to Warhammer World by a week. Otherwise, that would have been amazing.
That would have been nice. That would
have been great. But I'll go up to talk to him and go, actually, this is a pre-scheduled visit. So there's actually there's a schedule for him to be doing things. So he's not to be talking to the likes of you and go, all right. Okay. Anyway, The Witcher, amazing. Right, keep it up. Superman. Yeah, I mean, Superman, to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the superhero stuff. I like it, but I don't follow it all. However, didn't really care too much about Superman, but because he plays him, best superhero ever. And a very non-biased opinion, I think, with that one.
Obviously.
Oh yeah. Obviously. I'm a non-biased guy. I think is the modest at that as well.
Very modest. Very modest.
Yeah, extremely. Like people always say to me, "Oh, I bet people walk over you." It's like, no, actually, that's true. It should be more arrogant. That'd be good. That'd be good for people, I think. Right. So, what was I going to say? I'm going to get my phone set up so then I can start doing some painting. Because if I don't paint this troll on camera, it didn't happen. So that's very much the situation right now.
So Nagash, I'm going to submit for your approval my Necromancer.
Oh, very cool. So that is from Genes to the Cult, isn't it?
Yeah. Good call. Good call.
That is sort of 40k player. That's pretty good. Yeah, very nice. I like that. What's her name?
I have no idea. What do you want to christen her?
I want to christen her.
Such a bad idea.
So,
idea.
I think there's a few things. Number one, Nagash is the best. Number two, please support Nagash on Patreon. Number three, Belle Delphine.
Stop using our channel for your own thing.
Belle Delphine.
Belle Delphine. Or call her Belle, and then you'll get people going like, "Oh, is that short for something?" Because it's like a necromancer. And then have a long title. Yeah, Belle Delphine. Arguably, the axe that necromancer does less disgusting than the real one, but yeah, I think that's the name. Call it that, or call it.
That'd probably rock the YouTube algorithm pretty hard. Just put on the battle report. Belle Delphine versus whoever.
Belle Delphine nude painting, like that would kick it off. To be honest with you,
what I could do is just like change the painting a little bit rather than having the black brassiere right there. Just kind of change the color a little bit.
Make it pink.
Make it pink.
And then I think she's got. I mean, like it's bad that I know this, but I think she's got pink hair.
She got what?
I think she's got pink hair. It's bad that I know that, but I think she does. We did a thing in the Discord once where, like, basically me and a guy called Monty were doing how to play Seraph, or how to start collecting Seraphon, I think, in 3rd edition or something like that. And that video went on for about 2 hours, but there was about. I'm known to ramble on a little bit between me and you. Yeah,
really.
I rambled on for 3 hours before we started recording the video. So we were there for about 5 hours, but Monty's been with me from the start, so he knows the drill. He knows Asian Nagash uncut. And in the Discord, we trail through like just like the weird side of YouTube, and we came to the decision that a new guest on the channel could be cool. We've got Belle Delphine on, but we worked out her hourly rate, and it was something like £5,825. So we tried to do a whip around on Discord. It didn't get anywhere. But people were actually interested. So there we go. So if anyone would like to see Belle Delphine on Asian Nagash or potentially Dice Sagas, we could do a big thing. I heard 2 Plus Tough is quite interested in this as well, between me and you. And I heard Mini Wargaming and the other big one. Why not? we could, I reckon, we could put our YouTube millions together and pay for them.
That's
Or you can-
interesting.
That is interesting. Or you can buy. It turns out you can buy a fighter jet for about 35 million. So that could be good. Get advertisement on that. No, okay. So I'm very I'm like very politically tuned in, and I was very much going to bring things up today, but I haven't been told not to do that on the channel. But I know my own channel it's not a good thing to do. Right. Okay. Let us do the thing I was going to do before I started.
When I'm on the gash, right? I love just letting you ramble, because what you do is you tend to get a shovel and start digging your own grave.
Yeah, well, you know what? As a master necromancer,
Exactly.
Yeah. Come across loads of dead bodies doing that. Awful.
How's the gym stuff working out for you anyway? Because you're obviously seeing your channel on Instagram as well.
Yeah, that's going really well. So, to be honest, when I'm not working, that's mainly what I'm doing. Got a big PB today. Deadlifted. Got my 1 rep max of 240 kilograms. So, really happy with that. It's absolutely horrendous trying to get it up, but it was got that done. Then got another personal best of.
So, when you said, as soon as you said horrendous trying to get it up, I saw Matt laugh. So I do full well.
like we've been through, like we've already mentioned this, it's worth the wait. Firstly, even though that's the minority opinion. And the question of often comes up as well. I should just write on my forehead just so they get a quick answer. Is that really as big as it gets? And it's like, yes, it does. I think we've all been spoiled with what we think is out there, and actually slightly above average. So there we go. But got another personal best in the gym of 3 times 220 kilograms as well. So
that's really good though.
Yeah. Cheers, mate. I'm really happy with that. And I got the other day a personal best on the dumbbell bench press of 7 reps of 50 kilograms. So it's going very well. But I've been with work at the moment. I've been going on loads of courses like to London, so I've been staying weeks away and all that sort of thing. So it's been very much work, cooking, and the gym. And then I haven't really been able to do any painting at all, really. Like this troll is from what I painted like a couple hours from yesterday, and then before that I haven't painted for weeks or whatever. So it'd be nice just to do things like this and just talk about the hobby a little bit.
No, that sounds good.
Although I haven't really mentioned the hobby since I've been on here, but it's the thought that counts.
Yeah, you had other things to talk about that were equally important.
I bloody well did. Such as when I went to Lidl's today, the self-checkouts were all broken, and there was only 3 tills open. So big queues, and I only was buying a collection of items, which was a pack of felt tip pens, a spanner set, and a bird feeder, which already contains 5 fat balls. So a very odd mixture of combinations of items there. However, when I was queuing, I was like, it's a little bit annoying. Just got to queue with everyone who's buying their entire week's worth of food shopping. But you just got to bear with it. And then there's a woman behind me who, when the manager walked past, she said to the manager, "Goes like, can you open a till for people who only got a few things?" And the manager was like, "I'm sorry, our self-service is broken. We've only got 3 people working here, so we've got them on the tills. So really sorry, but there's nothing I can do." And then the woman behind me was like, "Well, that's not good enough. It's your job to make sure." And I was like, "Oh." But yes, she's broken everything just to make your day have a mild inconvenience.
Did she look like a Karen?
Not like sort of like probably someone who's a Karen, but doesn't look like them, but doesn't even understand that a Karen is a concept or a thing. Like it's unknowingly a Karen. That's the sort of thing I was putting her in. And she was definitely seeing her face. She was definitely sort of like asking if she could go in front of me. And the answer is it's a quick slap. I mean, as an absolute no for that answer. But
chivalry. Who says it's dead?
Exactly. At the end of the day, let women, open a door for a woman, all that sort of thing. The building could be on fire. I need to get out of that building at the end of the day.
Toss her back into the fire.
She's just going to take longer to get out of the bloody room, isn't she, than I am? So, I'll open the door for her when I'm on the other side. I think that's the better thing to do. You know, the child's going to not understand what's going on, so he's going to be hesitating to open that door. So it's like, move out of the way at the end of the day. And, you know, money has already been spent on me to get to this point in life so far. So the child is, you know, not expendable, but, you know, like the film. So.
I like your justification. Can't wait to hear about it in court.
That's right. That's what I've been to court before. Wouldn't surprise you. Court's okay. It's just a bit annoying, you know. That sounds very depressing, doesn't it? And I mean, like, it's very what's the word? Just long. And like, and you know, the worst thing is that you're in the right, but you're just going to spend ages justifying why you're in the right. I'd say that any times I've been to court is on the prosecution side, not on the defendant side. I think that's an important distinction to make here. And the one time was on the defendant side. You know, Thailand completely legal. So,
wow, that leaves things open.
Right, not even battle an island. Well, it's shamed upon over there, but you know, it's not illegal.
That leaves things even more open.
Yeah, you know, especially like, don't get me wrong, when the dog gets involved, it gets a bit weird, but you're just going to bear with it.
Now I'm just confused.
That is ultimately my
game. Stay quiet, and the shovel comes out and
fade away.
Anyway, bring it back to some sort of normality.
Yes.
So, there you go. It's working on Loki at the moment.
Oh, cool! That's part of all the Marvel set, isn't it?
Yeah.
So very nice.
Bit of fun there.
That's a lot of gold.
Oh yeah.
At least the trim's quite thick, isn't it? Oh right, yeah, I see that. Yeah.
So
that's cool. It's been quite fun painting all the Marvel stuff.
I've been loving it. Yeah, it's all changed from obviously AOS, and obviously I dabbled with 40k a little bit, but it's sort of changed from AOS stuff, and it's just obviously just painting heroes, characters from, you know, like the comic books, cartoons, everything you used to watch when you were younger, and also recently with films. Yeah, it's just great stuff. Loving it.
I saw I think it was on the news yesterday that Batman's nearly like 8 decades old or something like that.
I don't know, but I have. Did you ever watch the Batman series with Adam West?
Yeah,
good
stuff. Way back when.
I love one of my favorite bits. I can't remember whether it's one of his films, but is when he's in a helicopter. He's flying over the ocean, and a shark. He basically ended up climbing out of the helicopter, and a shark jumped out of the water, bit him, and like hanging on to him, and Batman was punching the shark. And then he was like, "Oh, I got to search his utility belt for his anti-shark repellent." Like, he has everything in that belt, so he took it out, sprayed it, and lo and behold, it works. And I think I remember the shark exploded actually or something.
Was it a cartoon? Is it a cartoon series?
No. This is the live action Adam West one.
Oh yeah,
it was pretty zany.
Yeah, like the older Batman films. I remember one had Iceman in it, or whatever his name was.
That was Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, that was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's the only one of that era I've seen.
Yeah, that was Mr. Freeze, right?
Yeah, that was. I was going to say like Dr. Freeze or the same, but Mr. Freeze. I seen the cartoon with when Dr. Freeze, Mr. Freeze, whatever his name is in it. I remember the cartoon of Batman, but it's been such a long bloody time.
Dave, going to be odd for me going back to painting normal size models after that Marine. Yes, Dave's painted the big ass.
Is that the toy?
Marine models, the toys. Yeah. So he's painted one of those in Discord. It's really good.
That must have been a colossal undertaking to do something like that.
No, it's really, really epic stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say it's kind of like, you know what they call a bust, like the sort of torso and a head that people paint. They call it a bust.
Yeah, bust. Yeah.
It's almost like painting one of those, isn't it? But full scale. Because like if I was to compare like a big model I painted, like that Corn Dragon, for example, it's very big, but the details are smaller, so there's more things you can get away with and stuff. But obviously, it's Space Marine. It's like to have the paint look flat, you know, not bubbly or bumpy or anything. It must be lots of thin. I mean, I would definitely paint it not white, I reckon. Unless, to be honest, you could paint it white and then recess wash it, couldn't you?
What you can do is just airbrush most of it.
That's one of
Yeah.
them as well. Wasn't there an old Batman film? This is another incident, but where a dolphin jumps in front of a torpedo to save his life. That is correct. That is correct.
The hell.
Oh, so good.
All went downhill after that, didn't it?
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
that was the
Yeah,
peak.
no doubt. Nowadays,
You
they
know
want
what about the whole
realism.
Dark Knight series? Poor, not nearly as good. I'd say the Dark Knight series is probably the. Well, I haven't really seen much other Batman other than that to compare it against, but that series is amazing. I can't remember. You know,
Which
the
one
Dark
was
Knight series, like is
The
it the
cartoon one, or
no, it's called the Dark Knight, isn't it? Like, yeah, the Batman series. You know, like
Christopher
film.
Nolan one.
The Joker,
No, Christian
Alien, it's
Bale.
got the Scarecrow in it.
It's Christian Bale, right? The one you were talking about.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like first one's got the Scarecrow in it, second one's got
Yeah,
Joker, and then
yeah, that's the one.
I can't remember.
That was a good
Sadly, obviously,
series.
he's no longer with us, but I can't remember the chap who played the Joker. But he did an absolutely amazing job. Like,
Heath Ledger.
yeah, I think that was it. It was really good. But I did like the Joker film that came out a couple of years ago. I thought that was a really interesting take on it. About basically a guy struggles with mental health and just keeps having bad days, and then every time, you know, when you have a bad day, you kind of think, like everyone thinks that, you know, that you're just angry, you want to take your anger out on people or something like that. And just there's a switch in there's something in your head that tells you you can't do that, so you don't do it. But then obviously one day his switch turns off, and it's like a very scary insight of like the failings of mental health system.
Yeah, it was a good film.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it, but I do really want to watch it. Seems
I
very
find-
interesting.
yeah, and I find that 50-50 of people, I think 50% of people, well, people I knew anyway, so they really liked it for those reasons, and then the other 50% was like, oh, I wasn't very excited and stuff, and I think that's just because they wanted to see explosions every 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's different. It's not quite the normal kind of Hollywood film that you see.
Yeah,
That's it. But it's good, you know, for things to be different, and like, because otherwise, like, I mean, already what the biggest films in the world are superhero films, which, you know, coming from a nerd, you know, I'm happy about that. But at the same time, it's like, you know, it's good to have other type of cinema as well. And, you know, the Joker in the superhero category anyway, just a bit different. And DC is always a bit darker, isn't it, than Marvel? I think that's the thing it's got, isn't it, basically? That makes it stand out a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit darker, a little bit less successful.
Yeah, that's true. They do have some cool characters.
They do. Like, nothing against DC, but like the problem with their style of characters is a lot of it's not as marketable towards kids.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
less. It's not as easy to market towards kids. You can, but then you kind of lose a lot of the adult fan base.
I think
So
also
it's like people that are already used to the darker kind of Batman. If you switch it back to like the campy 1960s Batman with, you know, the crazy dolphins and the shark and the you know, silly stuff like that, you're going to lose a lot of the fan base.
Yeah.
It'll be more kid friendly, but you're going to lose the fan base.
I think that's definitely, there's like a lot of truth in that. And I do think though with Marvel, it's a little like, don't get me wrong, I like Marvel films and stuff, but it like you do see, like, obviously, so because they can market it to everyone, including kids. Like the bad guy army is always some sort of CGI non-human thing.
It's a replica of the good guy in vast majority of the times for Marvel.
Yeah, but there's no, like, I think I saw like a Screen Rant. There's like the guy on YouTube does like pitch meetings. You might have seen that, like a YouTube channel. Does like pitch meetings, basically, like one being, I think it's the film producer sitting down, and he records himself separately as if he's having a conversation with someone else, basically.
I think
yeah, and he's like, basically, there's like, he plays the producer, and then he also plays like the script writer or the story writer or something. And I think one of them was the on Spider-Man, No Way Home, is it called?
Yeah.
The one with the, I think it's no, yeah, not the one with Doctor Strange that I haven't seen that's came out, but the one before. Basically, they're going like, So who's the bad guy in this? We're like, oh, well, there's plenty of bad guys. We go, we've got to be careful because we don't want to show any blood or anything like that, so we can't, set it as like a, to kids and all that sort of thing. Like, oh, don't you worry, we've got an army of robots. Fantastic. That means he can destroy as many as he likes of those, and it's
that was Mephisto, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it. That was quite a good film, to be honest. I enjoyed that. But the Spider-Man films are kind of like, because I didn't really watch any of the. I can't even remember his name now, but the kid who plays Spider-Man, what's he called?
What? So the one now?
The latest ones, yeah.
Yeah, Tom Holland, is it?
Yeah, Tom Holland. I haven't really seen the Tom Holland ones, and I sort of like watched them all within a year, apart from the latest one. And I wasn't like too sure. I thought it was too much, probably aimed at kids. And I was like, actually, pretty good job. He's a good actor.
I thought he was bang on, to be honest, in terms of like, because Spider-Man, again, going into like, again, I read all the comic books and a load of stuff, and the cartoons when I was younger, but it's very much uses all that jokes, all the humor, everything in battle is because it's basically trying, first of all, infuriate the enemy, but also for his own self, like security as well, in terms of he's basically hiding his own fear through his humor. And that's why he's always like that kind of thing. So when he's a kid, like teenager, and obviously going around the streets doing all that stuff, and obviously he's going to be bricking it. So it's I think he does it quite well.
Yeah, well, definitely. Well, like a lot of people hide their insecurities through confidence and stuff, don't they? There's a common trait.
Can't beat Cedar. Can't beat the Adam West ones. And then his appearances in Family Guy. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. In fact, when he's Adam West, he's the mayor in Family Guy, right?
He's the mayor.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that for so long. I'll tell you what, I've been watching. I won't repeat any of the stuff here, obviously, because it's quite a lot. But watching quite a few clips of South Park on YouTube, which are like just like 30-minute clips, so they're addictive. But like, I haven't probably watched that for like years. It is quite funny. Like the stuff, like I'm surprised they get away with a lot of that stuff now. But I think their whole idea was they're just offensive to everyone, so they spread out. But there's like one of them, they're trying to get like an orca to the moon or something, killer whale to the moon. It's quite. I won't go into it and stuff. It's quite,
one of my favorite South Park episodes, which you can definitely talk about, is the World of Warcraft one.
Oh yeah.
Downstairs, and it's like,
there's that guy. He's good.
And then obviously he comes down with the bucket.
Yeah, I remember that. And then at the end, where they finally win, they go, "What do you want to do now?" Like, there's nothing to do. You can That's I remember that. Because I think back then, I had a World of Warcraft account back then, so very, very level, and
hours and hours on that. So
I mean, I tell you, I got banned from it.
So here we go. What did you do?
It's a bit like innocently, I like to say. So basically, okay, I won't joke about that. But basically, what happened is I was a dwarf. I was like, what class shall I be? And if you're the hunter, you get to have a pet. So obviously, no further questions asked. Because I was like, well, maybe I'll be someone else and I'll get a mount one day. And like, what level do you need to be a mount? Very high level. And I was like, as a kid, I was like, never going to achieve that. So I was like, be a hunter, get a pet. As a dwarf, went around, finally got to level, I think 4 to be able to tame a bear. And I remember, and I got the bear. I was really happy, cuddled it and stuff. There's no animation for that. That's purely made up in my head. But I believe that's what my guy did. And then I remember my first quest. It was like, I'll go find these logs for me or something, and I'll give you a pair of gloves because it's very cold around here. And I was like, yeah, I can't even remember that. Anyway, so I got the bear, got the gloves. Most importantly, Gucci, I believe. So pretty good quest. I think it was only like 10 XP or something. It's very tight on that, which I don't understand because that's an unlimited resource. But anyway. I
know full well what you're talking about because I leveled up a dwarf many times.
Yeah,
I know where you're talking.
You start on like a little ice lake, don't you?
You do, yeah.
I'd say that's over 10 years ago. But anyway, and then near to that location, there's a quest where you go into a cave, I think it is. And basically, I think there's something you have to retrieve from the cave, or something like that. And there were a couple of people there who I didn't know in real life, but I think they're similar sort of age to me or whatever. and they wanted. They're struggling to get through this cave. I saw it like in the chat thing at the bottom. They're trying to get through this cave, and I was like, "Oh, I'll help you," because I don't have any friends in this, and none in real life as well. So this could work. You help me, I help you situation. And went to this cave. We did whatever the quest was, and then somehow they killed my bear, and I was distraught, physically and emotionally, and mentally mainly. So as a how old was I? Probably like 11 years old or something. As an 11-year-old, I listed all the swear words I knew and told them that they were each and every one of them. And then next thing I know that my mum gets an email saying that my account has been suspended. And I was like, well, they never heard my case about what happened. I mean, poor old, Mr.
Did
Fluffy.
you name it?
Mr. Fluffy was, he was a good soul. I actually had a little funeral for him. I lit a candle and we got the whole family to sort of like, we emptied, I drew a picture of him and then we put him in a little coffin and slowly lowered into the ground in the garden. And I said a few words saying that, I'll never forget his many pixels at the time. And the one time he my character was starving one day and Mr. Fluffy jumped into a river and fished out a salmon so my guy could eat. Obviously, Christian won't know that this is the mechanic of the game. But it's like, what could have, Mr. Fluffy, he didn't even have to be fair, he did have a family, which I believe I tamed him, which made him abandon the family. But that's not the point. The point is that I can't remember their names, but I can remember what I called them. Killed the bear. Now, is there a slight chance that they didn't kill the bear and the enemy killed the bear, and I thought they killed the bear? Absolutely, because I don't even know if they can do friendly fire in that game anyway. But
I don't think they can, So I think that's utter nonsense. I think what happened was you probably sent in the bear to attack one of the minions. The minions killed the bear, and the other guys didn't really help you out, and therefore. But this cedar, this story explains a lot about Age of Nagash.
It's arguably
traumatizing.
It's
a lot of trauma there.
Yeah, that's why he turned to Nagash, right? To try and resurrect the bear.
Right, I was literally about to say that. To try and bring back the bear. It's the only way. And through the powers of Nagash, I've certainly killed a lot of bears to try and raise them back, but never do. Someone suggests that I should do it on an already dead animal. But where's the sport? I mean, where's the science in that? I'm joking. I very much condone killing of animals, like I've already suggested on this program. But you eat like 6 chicken breasts a day. Surely you're killing loads of animals. Yeah, we don't talk about what I do for myself personally. That affects me, and then that's when the whole being selfless kind of falls apart, doesn't it? Something affects you directly. Don't like that. But me giving an opinion on something that I know nothing about happening on the complete other side of the world is definitely something that I can do. I can't believe that they're still hunting whales over there. That's barbaric. Go over there on holiday once. So what's this? Whale? Never eaten that. Let's have a go. They take it just for the fin. Sounds delicious. That's absolutely awful. But yeah, so the bear died, Mr. Fluffy. Got another one, obviously. In my head because I couldn't play the game anymore. But apparently, though, my mum was still charged for the rest of the year for my account, even though I was kicked. So that seemed a bit dodgy. But I went back to playing Warcraft 3 and arguably better game, in my opinion. Don't have to deal with anyone apart from when you played the tower defense on Battle.net, which is quite good.
Yeah, I don't know. I did love the
Dota by any chance?
Yeah, I remember Dota, and I remember that Blizzard were like, we can make money out of this. Let's call it League of Legends. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, isn't it? Is that right? Is that wrong?
Is a similar story. HOTS. It was a Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, it's just right. Okay, I do know when they remastered. I know they
no idea about League of Legends.
I was gonna say I haven't played it, but I've seen a crazy amount of adverts. The reforged Warcraft 3, which I haven't bought because it turned out to be a load of lies. Apparently, on that they made it so any mods you make for Battle.net, I think Blizzard has full rights to because Dota was really successful or something.
Yeah, and that's why the mod community is just kind of left.
Yeah, which is absolutely fair enough. You know, you're already charging people, I think, £30 or whatever for a game that you've lined them out in your remastered quality. The only thing you did get right was, launching off the redesign of the graphics to a third party, which you probably didn't pay very much because I believe it was from another country. And yeah, and the thing is, I buy that game when it's on a discount because it's it's still good remastered graphics for the models and stuff. But I don't think Blizzard really does sales from what I've seen. And that game's been like 30.
Just rarely, I think.
I was gonna say because I've checked it occasionally, and I think that game has not dropped in price since it came out like 2 years ago.
That's probably because no one really cares about their game at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, but you might as well sell it to me for cheap so that I can buy it and still complain about it. Well, to be fair, I remember when everyone complained about Dawn of War 3, which I haven't played, but ever since I saw the animation style, I wasn't really a fan of it. But on Steam, I got it like for a year ago or something. It was on sale for like £2.99, and I was like, yeah, I'll take that. It can't be that bad.
I played it. I thought it was all right. Not as good as the first one by any means, but
worth $2.99.
That's good though.
Yeah, it bloody well is good. Don't get me wrong. There's other games I've bought on there. For 30, I don't know, 40 quid down, 20 quid. I'll buy that. I haven't played it, or I have played it and didn't like it. So you win some, you lose some on the Steam summer sale.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'll tell you, Warhammer 3 though, amazing game, incredible.
I've not even played it yet.
You care about it more than I do. What have
you
you played?
I've just not had the time, honestly. I've been painting, I've been working, I've just not really had the time whatsoever. It's been out since the 17th, is that right?
Yeah, so basically any time I've had, I could be painting and I was playing that game.
Yeah.
And what I can tell you, I went into that game going like, well, I'm just going to play one race until I complete the campaign. And I'll start a new race and complete that campaign. So I'm playing 3 campaigns at the moment, which is, well, I just feel like, for me, I started with the Grand Cafe, the Dragon people, and I was like, "This is cool."
I'm not asked about them at all.
Well, the thing is, though, hear me out, all right?
Go
hear me out.
Go on.
Dragons. So then, after when I played with them for a little while, dragons.
Justified.
Exactly. The other thing,
you had forest dragons, you had high elf dragons, you had zombie dragons, you've had dark elf dragons. So
people can't accuse me of hating China for playing with them as well. So win-win. And then the other thing as well is that after I gave sort of 13 turns, and then I thought, you know what, I want to play as Chaos, and Sinesh is my god. So started a Sinesh campaign, got a few hours into that, but I was just a bit fed up going like, everything's cavalry and it all looks the same. So I got it was a bit slavey. And so then I thought I'd play a Khorne campaign. I was like, because then you're always fighting. Well, got like 40 turns into this Khorne campaign because the army was always so strong. I just auto-resolved everything. And I'm playing on hard difficulty. And I'm just like, I'm not really actually fighting any battles. And then if I don't fight battles with Khorne, then you everything falls apart. And it's like, run away to do some sort of auto resolve. So then I went back to Grand Cafe and played a few defense battles with them, and I was like, these are cool because they've reworked this how sieges are in Total War. That now you actually have towns that you can make defensible positions and even just like make tight narrow streets and all that sort of thing. And that's what I loved about Rome and etc. So playing as Grand Cafe as them defending against Chaos, very 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 cool. And if you go, well, they're a bit boring. They're just people. Wow, one of them's turned into a dragon. That's amazing. So all good news. And then what was the other thing? I reckon Zeech would be quite fun. And I was going to play as Chaos Undivided, but I was like, I'll play as them. I experience all the different Chaos units, and then I feel like that's taken away the replayability of playing as the actual Chaos Gods, I think. And then there's a prologue. Is it prologue? I can't remember what it's called. Like there's the intro to the game that you play as Kislev, or like a tutorial thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the tutorial thing would be good if it went on for about half an hour. But it goes on for about 2-3 hours. I was just so fed up with Kislev by the end of it. I was like, okay, I didn't want to play it. After about half an hour, I was like, I want to choose my own army. And it's like, we have only begun this prologue. I was like, Jesus Christ. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the story element, but I don't really care about this. Apparently, the character's made up that you play with anyway, so it's not even like I'm sure there's a lot of Kislev characters out there without models, but pick one of those. I like bears. That is relevant if you do play it. I won't give any spoilers, but good game. But I do feel like the Chaos unit rosters is a bit sparse. Like I said, Sinesh was just like there's cavalry, there's like a couple of infantry options basically, and then that's the army.
Right.
Well, I feel like I'm so used to Total Warhammer 2 where there's so many DLCs out. There's just an insane amount of unit selection, and it's a bit like it's a bit samey, but it is good. And the graphics, like the other good thing of playing this Grand Cafe, is like the sort of like Chinese landscape is amazing. But to be honest, the Chaos landscapes are just like out of this world. It shows that when you play as a fantasy game, they can just turn everything up to 11.
Yeah.
Which they did in the other games, but it's just better graphics, isn't it? I think. And I did actually order the limited edition case and everything to come from Amazon, and I was like so excited on the day because I was away at work and I was like coming back home and I was like can't wait to go home and open that box and play it. I got home. When I got home, also got an email from Amazon going, "Oh, sorry, we've made a mistake. Your order of limited edition won't actually arrive until May." And I was like, "Right, cancel the order." Exactly, buying it on Steam. Waited about 4 hours for it to download, and then it was about I think it was like 11 o'clock at night. I go, "Oh, it's probably not the best time to start a campaign." So I got about 20 turns in. Just like because you get that there's nothing sweeter than the mentality of going, "Oh, just one more turn, just one more turn."
I know. Yeah.
Start a war with an entirely different faction. That's good. All I need to do is take out these strategic locations first. Right. Well, we've wiped them out. Well, it's already 3 o'clock. What's the point of going to bed? Push through. And then you go downstairs and the family would go like, "Oh, we up all night." You go, "Yeah, but we've wiped out Kara's Fate Weaver, so it's been a solid worth of time." Kara's who? The greater demon of Zeech. Who's Zeech? God, you people, you muggles with no proper knowledge. That's basically an inside. The worst thing is that I'm not actually talking to anyone. There's just pictures drawn attached to a wall. But yeah, there we are. Guess how much this trial paid?
0.
Absolutely.
It's about right, mate.
But yeah, I'll stop talking a little bit because I'll let you guys talk. This is your show, so there's probably a whole backlog of things you were going to mention about your channel and that sort of thing. And I've came along and I've basically the viewers have probably dropped.
War show.
But the thing is, though, I like to feel like that I don't just change every conversation to talk about myself. I feel like that's definitely. I try to avoid that. Well, it's funny you should say that because earlier today I was out in town and you never know I'm joking.
Well, in all honesty, Nagash, when you join, it gives me a chance to actually do some painting as well.
But yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm doing your job for you, and I'm not getting my share of 20p of this video. Poor, what I do with the 5 pence. That's not having a go at your channel. My videos get about 20p as well.
So already offended.
Already offended. Well, good. You can keep it.
I get offended all the time.
To be honest, I do I find people have a love and hate relationship with me, which is great. Because usually if they don't like it, I don't like them anyway. They can bugger off. I just feel like life is too short to spend it around people that you don't.
Casper, welcome. Joining us from Twitch. Hello, fellow nerds. Hello. I think getting there with my Loki, and then Sims needs to do his eyes, the base, and a few. In fact, a few. Still needs to do the wash of the gold balls.
You're gonna wash
I'm almost there. No, not really.
Oh, right. So I do a little bit of painting. What are thoughts?
So have you made like a little splash on your troll yet?
No, I've been on my phone the whole time. But I have got a new phone, so the camera quality has like hopefully improved. So that's cool. I was like, I had to get it for work basically, but then I was like, oh, this looks good. I think it is. I think it has improved. So that is well deserving on myself. I haven't been able to record any videos, but that's not the one. I mean, what I'm going to do is I'm going to screen record this, and then this is going on my channel as well. I'll redo the intro. I'll actually make a clip beforehand where I go like, Matt and Christian will join us soon, and then it'll be weird because then it'll sound like you're welcoming me on the show, and there's a Dice Saga there up here in the corner.
It'll work out.
I can change the overlays.
Just edit it in post. It'll be fine.
Exactly. I mean, to be fair, I'm actually surprised. I mean, like I'm still like an amateur and definitely not professional, but I'm like, if someone asked me again, would you ever get into like video editing and stuff? Like, absolutely not. And I'm like, that's probably the biggest skill I've learned over the last 4 years or something. Editing videos is
it's not easy, that's for sure.
Oh, it's not. There's lots of stuff you learn, and one of them is definitely pay for, like, even if it's a small amount, pay for some sort of proper video in editing software rather than just like something that's free. I think. Although Audacity, that's very good. Audio.
Casper, so you're saying not even someone making Warhammer 40k? No.
Nah.
No.
What's that?
I think Sarah may dabble with that, but she's not here with us. So you got a Chariot from Stormcast folk, from the Lightning folk. You got Loki from obviously Marvel Miniatures.
And this was grey plastic before I've actually base coated it by hand during this stream. Don't get back. And this is, believe it or not, a white troll.
What kind of paint did you use for the white there? Or is that something for OnlyFans as well?
Check out the tutorial when it comes out, Matt.
It's a very, very short tutorial, I imagine.
5 minutes. Boom. Right, get the contrast out. Boy, I'm joking. This is actually not painted with contrast. But what was the question?
I don't even know anymore.
What was the question? No one's paying for Warhammer 40k. So it wasn't really a question. It's
not a question. It was a statement.
Yeah.
It was a statement.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I have got an insane amount of Necrons to paint. But I painted 2 of them, and one of them was a Scarab unit, so that's got at least 5 models in it. So,
is this for you painting stuff on your channel?
Fun?
Is you painting Necrons for your channel?
They were involved in a video, but it was not a painting tutorial. So what I've done on my channel is I basically said I've never turned them on to like a painting sort of channel. I only posted 1 video of painting since I said that statement about 2 months ago. But I'm practically Squidmar at this point, which is embarrassing because we often get mixed up.
Yeah, obviously. Definitely.
A lot of the paint tutorial video. Well, I say a lot. I mean, like I did watch a lot of his paint tutorial videos before I did my first one to try and learn like how the guy does it. How far away is the camera from the model and all this. I was like, what's his setup? And I was like, I can't afford that, but it looks very good. That's the main takeaway. But he's
here, Casper, if you want a 40k model, here you go. There we go.
There you go. Belle doing her usual thing.
Yes, Delphine. I have to recolor the hair to pink though.
That has to be. I mean, it has to be done. There needs to be some sort of squid on the base as well, or octopus. I can't remember. I can't remember.
Banana.
Banana. I mean, that's not too descriptive, man. This is a family show.
Is it really? Is it really now? Do you think so?
No, not what I'm on. To be honest,
that flew out the window a long time ago.
Because this isn't my channel, I don't really care about the credibility, if I'm honest. And I know that ruins my credibility as well, but at the end of the day, you're going to do it because you enjoy it, don't you? And I mean, like, YouTube Millions are good, but, it doesn't feel like a very moral way to support myself. Because, I mean, clearly, we could all do this for our jobs, but, it's just like we choose to have jobs as well because, we're very high-standing members of society.
Yes.
So Casper Nagash won't be with us all the time. So
yeah, don't worry. I won't be here for a while. If you want, watch the beginning because I wasn't here for about an hour, so check that out. If anything, I would recommend it.
Yeah, quality of this video dipped quite significantly.
It did. I mean, to be fair, like I remember getting a message from you guys before I joined, going like, "Mikey, we feel like our channel video is peaking too much. Please join." Because the algorithm is going to think that we get this many views all the time, and it's going to bug everything up. So please bring it down to below average. I was like, happily do that for you guys.
And we thank you for your service.
It's all right. Don't thank me. Thank Nagash. Although I am Nagash. No, I suppose that does make sense.
All hail Nagash.
My attention.
All right, I'm going to get going because I need to sleep.
No worries. I'm going to do the same as well. I think we're going to call it a night.
That's okay.
Yeah, so I'd like to obviously thank you all for joining. I'll put my arms down now because just looks like I'm a bit too relaxed. Bit too relaxed. I need to flex. I'm feeling a bit ashamed next to Mikey on the
That's right. You've got a mat in between us.
Yeah, so let's thank you all. That's how it's done, Matt. Yeah, so let's thank you all for joining. Oh,
there we go. I mean,
see you all later.
Camera.
I can't stand up
thanks
now.
all for joining. Don't forget to obviously like this video as well. If you're going to watch it after the facts, drop a comment. Obviously, let us know your feedback on this.
I'll do the outro.
Tell the guys to shut up in chat as well. That always helps.
Please do.
What I could do. There you go. So that's a lot better, right? He's pissing himself laughing.
What I was going
welcome back.
Is I will absorb any sort of attention, positive or negative. Really, I crave it. So yes, put it down there. And if it is negative, Slanesh just gained from pain and pleasure. Right. See you guys later.
Bye, guys.
If Chris hasn't already explained it, make sure you like the video. Obviously, don't double like it because then you will unlike it. That's very important. If you dislike this video, I don't know why you would. If you did, please put it down in the comments. And if it is directed at me, make sure you dislike this video, not one of mine, because that definitely would. That'll really show me if you do that. And make sure you share this video if you feel like anyone would enjoy it. God knows why. And also make sure you join the Dice Sagas Discord, where it's a very active Discord. There are campaigns and stuff going all the time. And honestly, if you can buy them a coffee, go help them out there. It's a very nice way of supporting the channel. And I know these guys really put a lot of work in and stuff. So it's a nice small show of appreciation on that. And with that, guys, thank you all very much for watching the video. I'm going to hand it over back to Christian and Matt. So the right way, this way.
I don't know what to say. So nice.
All right, no, I think obviously Agent Gash summed it all up there. Thanks all for watching. Take care and let the dice tell the story. Bye.